Welcome to this explainer. Today we're exploring one of the most deeply impactful and honestly profoundly necessary careers in the world of medicine. We're talking about becoming a cancer specialist or an oncologist. We're going to look closely at the facts, the figures, and the sheer dedication required to step into this literal life-saving role. Let's get right into it.
But first, I have a serious question for you. Do you actually have what it takes to fight cancer? Are you ready for one of the most rigorous yet intensely rewarding journeys a person can take? Because, look, fighting cancer isn't just about understanding the science, right? It's about immense resilience. It's a career that will absolutely demand your time, your energy, and your deepest compassion.
Okay, let's dive into our roadmap for today. We'll start with step one. Do you have the traits? Then we'll cover the long educational pathway, followed by navigating costs and scholarships, where you'll study, what life is actually like as an oncologist, and finally, a real-world success story.
All right, part one, do you have the traits?
So, before you even think about entrance exams and tuition fees, your foundation is your psychology. You really need a genuine, non-negotiable desire to help others. That empathy is your anchor. Combine that with a laser focus on details, a love for solving really complex puzzles, and a deep, deep fascination with exactly how the human body functions. If that sounds like you, well, you've got the baseline of a future oncologist. Moving on to part two, the long educational pathway. Make no mistake, becoming an oncologist requires conquering multiple tiers of rigorous education. It's a beautifully structured, albeit massive, progression. So prepare to be in school for a while. After your 10+2 in science, specifically tackling physics, chemistry, and biology, you move on to complete your MBBS. Step 3 is where you finally get to specialize. You can pursue an MD in radiotherapy, radiology, or oncology, or you might opt for an MCH in surgical oncology, followed by a DM in medical oncology. It is a marathon, for sure. And to get through those tiers, you've got to clear some highly competitive entrance exams. We're talking about NEET for your bachelor's degree and NEET PG or NEET MDS for your advanced specialization, along with exams like AII-PGT for alternative medicine branches. These are conducted by national testing and examination boards, and passing these gatekeepers is absolutely mandatory to unlock this pathway. No way around it. Which brings us to part 3, navigating costs and scholarships. Up to 95 lakh rupees. Let that sink in. That is the staggering estimated upper limit for the full course fee. It's a very heavy financial burden for any family to consider, and it really highlights just how serious of a commitment this career path truly is. But wait, here is where we need a bit of context. The fees vary wildly from institute to institute. Government institutes, for example, are highly subsidized, with total course fees starting at around an incredibly affordable 50,000 rupees. Compare that to the private institutes, which act as a premium investment, reaching all the way up to that 95 lakh mark we just talked about. You can see exactly why securing a merit-based government seat is such a coveted, fiercely fought-over prize for students across the country.
Now, if those upper-tier numbers are intimidating, don't worry. There are lifelines. You can tap into the National Scholarship Portal for government schemes, or use the Vidya Lakshmi portal, which is designed specifically for education loans. Actually, some states, like West Bengal, Odisha, and Bihar, even offer low-interest student credit cards. And remember, institutes often offer their own merit-based scholarships too, so there's always a way forward if you're determined.
Okay, part 4. Where will you study? You have some incredible options across the country. We're talking government titans like AIIMS in New Delhi, KGMU in Lucknow, AFMC in Pune, and IMS BHU in Varanasi. And on the other side, private powerhouses like Christian Medical College in Vellore, St. John's in Bengaluru, Kasturba Medical College in Manipal, and MS Ramaiah. Just a quick pro tip here. Wherever you decide to apply, always ensure the institute is fully accredited by the University Grants Commission and the Medical Council. Absolutely crucial. Moving to part 5, life as an oncologist. So where do you actually practice once the degrees are framed and the loans are paid? Typically, you'll be working in multi-specialty government or private hospitals. But you also have the freedom of entrepreneurship to set up your own private clinic. You basically have immense flexibility in how and where you choose to heal people. Let's do a quick reality check, though. The work environment is intense. You're looking at often 6 or 7 days a week, 9 to 10 hours a day, with pretty demanding shift systems. However, Despite the grueling nature of the schedule, it's worth noting that it's a wonderfully inclusive field with fantastic opportunities for differently abled professionals to thrive and lead as well. Now, what's really interesting here is the reward for that grueling schedule. You get a massive trajectory in earning potential. While the early training phases might start modestly, around 10,000 rupees a month, the high end can scale beyond 4 lakhs per month. Your dedication and your hard-earned expertise are ultimately highly valued in the marketplace. And this income growth directly maps to your expected career ladder. You start in phase 1 as a trainee oncologist, really learning the ropes on the floor. You then progress to phase 2 as a junior oncologist, gaining independence and deeper specialization. Finally, you reach phase 3 as a senior oncologist, where you're an absolute authority in your field, likely mentoring the next generation. It is a very clear upward trajectory.
Let's wrap things up with part 6, a real-world success story.
To see the ultimate pinnacle of this career, look at Dr. B.S. Ajakumar. He didn't just become an oncologist, he became a visionary entrepreneur. He set up a cancer care hospital in India named HCG. And today, that vision has expanded to more than 21 centers all across India, plus an international expansion with a center in Kenya. It's incredible. You aren't just saving patients one by one, you're building systems that literally save thousands. What's really cool is how his path perfectly mirrors the pipeline we just explored. He started by completing his medicine degree right here in India at St. John's. From there, he traveled to the United States, pursuing further education in oncology at the highly prestigious MD Anderson Cancer Center, where he completed his residency fellowship. It just goes to show that the long, structured journey we talked about today truly creates world changers. And that brings us to the end of this explainer. The data is super clear. The journey to becoming an oncologist is grueling. The exams are tough, the hours are long, and the costs can be incredibly high. But the impact you have on human lives, it's absolutely immeasurable. So I'll leave you with this final thought to reflect on. Knowing everything you know now about the grit and dedication it takes, are you ready to take that first step?